Welcome back to Trials and Tribulations. I'm gonna finish this. This has got to be it. This has got to be the final part of the trial. I'm gonna play through it, finish the game right here. Oh man, this has been crazy. I'm very excited to be here at the end. Oh, let's see how the hell this is gonna go down. Yes, tests on the bloody dagger that was found stuck in the pine tree. Oh yeah, that. I totally forgot about it. You realize how rare it is to be at the end of a trial and me not really exactly know who the killer is? I mean, I have talked about it last time, I have ideas, but it's like, how the hell does that all add up? I don't know, I gotta wait and see. A full test wasn't possible, however. There's one thing we can say with certainty. The blood that was on this dagger was not the victim's blood. When's Gumshoe? Is that what he brought back? I don't remember. So it wasn't Misty's blood on the dagger? Then whose was it? Probably it's fucking anyone random. I'm sure both the defense and the prosecution know this, but this trial is rapidly coming to a close. Both sides will need to show some firm evidence with their claims. I understand, Your Honor. From what I've heard, the witness is dangerously weak, physically speaking. So let's finish this quickly. Is Maya the final witness of the Phoenix Wright trilogy? Here we go. Please tell us your name and profession. Maya Fay. My profession is, I'm the assistant manager at Wright & Co. Law Offices. Maya. According to the magazine I have here, you're a spirit medium of the Korean channeling technique. I'm frightened. The Fae clan, I don't want any more to do with it. I do feel really bad for her. The pain the Fae bloodline causes must be unbearable. Very well. Now then, Miss Fae. When the event occurred, you were in the garden of the Inner Temple, and you witnessed the moment of Miss Elise Dotem's murder. Can we just call her by her name? Like now, her real name. I didn't see any... Straighten up this moment, young lady. Huh? Pick your head up and speak clearly. There's always time for crying later. But Your mother was killed right in front of your eyes. Dude! There's nothing you can do to change... Dude! But there's something you can do. You can finish this. You've been watching the whole thing, right? You've seen the witnesses come out and you've seen us squeeze the truth out of them. Now it's your turn. Let's hear your testimony. What the hell are you trying to get out of this, Godot? I mean, it couldn't have been him. He's trying to get her to say what I can't even talk right. I'm so confused. He's trying to get her to say what she saw. So what the fuck? Who, what, and what, man? I don't know. Yes, Your Honor. Fuck. Here we go. I was passing through the garden on the way to a spare prep room when it happened. Suddenly, someone struck me over the head. I stumbled and ended up against the stone lantern. Okay, so you were still conscious. I think I screamed, "Help me." Then something warm splashed over me. That's when I lost consciousness. Huh. So you were struck on the head. So she didn't really see who did it. Well then? Maya, this person who hit you, it was Dahlia Hawthorne, wasn't it? Why would Misty channel... Because that's why I was thinking she would channel her to save Maya, and maybe she thought that she could control it, but if she didn't, then why did she channel her? I'm sorry, Nick. I couldn't see. I don't know who it was. Maya, think hard. Sorry, Nick, but I really couldn't. Can't say it was an especially good night for young ladies to be walking around alone. Seems that it will be hard to determine the criminal through testimony alone. Very well then, Mr. Wright. Please begin your... Oh, Jesus. I don't... I'll try. I don't know, dude. Possibly more so than ever. Maybe not quite, but... Let's just press everything. Can I get health back ever? Like, that's just gonna stay there? Shit. No Cyclops to restore it. Obviously. Sister Bikini, of course, but I remember her saying that Iris would be coming later as well. On the day after the incident, Edgeworth met Bikini at Hazakura Temple. That means she couldn't be the criminal. Of course it... Imagine if it was all just building up to it being Bikini. That'd be the most disappointing thing of all time. I hope it's Larry. It'd be funny. She seems confused. It's probably because she's so tired. It's obviously not Larry, though. Or Laurice. What if it turns out Larry is not Laurice? What if they're twins? That was the twist. Dahlia and Iris wasn't the twist. It was Larry and Laurice. Yeah. Who did it? Who hit you? Well, I didn't see who it was. I was hit from behind. You didn't see the person? But after that, your attacker was in front of you. How could you not see who it was? Oh. Let me think for a sec. I'm sorry. I just can't remember. Maya's really having a hard time. What should I do? Maya, I gotta do this. Why didn't you see this person? Well, let me think. It was, oh yeah, that's right. It was dark, that's it. It was dark? It's not good to have too much light around when someone is undergoing spiritual training. Come to think of it, there was earlier testimony to that effect as well. It was dark in the garden on the night of the crime, which is why she didn't see her attacker. I thought maybe she was trying to hide something, but I guess not. Would Maya really be hiding something at this stage in the game? The spirit that was channeled by Elise Donham. Dahlia Hawthorne. Very well, please continue with your testimony. What happened after you were struck on the head? Okay. What happened afterwards? My attacker was in front of me, blocking off my escape, I think. You think? After getting hit like that, I was in a state of panic. There were only two things rolling around in my mind at the time. Well now, this is beginning to get interesting. So what were the two things rolling around in your mind? My name is Maya Fey. 1 + 1 = 2. Maya... Jesus... What? You see, for some crazy reason I was afraid I was going to lose my memory. I know it's odd considering my life was in danger, but that's how it was. And I figured if there was anything I need to remember, it was basic mathematics. It's not odd at all. Your actions are understandable, given the circumstances. So, what did you do then? Okay. You think you screamed, but you're not sure. Listen, I was a complete wreck. Was it somebody else? Did Misty scream? Or Dahlia? I had no idea. I was scared out of my wits. Believe me, my dear, I'm certain I would have soiled my robes. I thought this person might attack me, so I... Anyway, I'm pretty sure I screamed. I thought that it was my last hope. Wow, it sounds like poor little Maya really was out of her mind. But I wonder what she meant by last hope. What do I do? Do I press her for more details? Well, she said she screamed, "Help me." Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope. So I guess I'll press this one? Honestly, I don't think either one will help, but this one is... Might as well try one of them, and this one makes more sense. Wait a minute, Maya, what's this my last hope stuff? Well, because she said she thought she might be killed. What? What do you mean by your last hope? No. That's what you said. You said my last hope. Do you have like a... Are you okay? Do you not remember what you just said? Look, you were facing an attacker that you couldn't see and you screamed, right? You screamed, "Help me." Yeah. But you testified that you screamed that because you thought it was your last hope. Oh, well, you know, that's like your opinion, man. Maya's not doing so well up there. Oh yeah, she's either lying, or having memory problems, or she's just Maya. Honestly, that's entirely possible. There was someone else there. The person who killed Misty showed up behind her and stabbed her from behind? And you yelled at them to help you, because all you knew was that this person was attacking you, Misty Dahlia, and so you saw this other person and asked for help. Yeah, that's right. It was the person behind my attacker that I was yelling at. That's who I was screaming to for help. Do you know who it was? I mean, if you couldn't see the attacker, you couldn't see them. Unless it was Godot and you saw his fucking laser face. But I don't see how that makes sense. Behind the attacker, there was another person. I meant to keep that part a secret. Why would you want it? What? Why would you keep that a secret? Unless all you really think is that this person saved your life. But now that you know that that was your mother possessed by Dahlia, it takes a ton of pressure to make a diamond. That's what I always say. A ton of pressure. You're in a court of law here. You can't make things up or try to hide things in this chamber. Like, Godot doesn't seem worried about anything. He's just fucking pressing Maya just fine and doesn't seem worried, so I don't know how... Who else is there? You can see a man. Then something warm splashed over you. Okay, well, you're saying it was a man. Well, how do you know that? Do you know it was a man? Do you mean that literally, or do you just mean a person? A human? Because you said you couldn't see your attacker. You said you don't know man, woman, adult, child. If you can't even tell if it's an adult or a child, how can you tell man or a woman? Well, you see, I couldn't see. You couldn't see. She's used this excuse twice now. Well, you know, lantern light isn't very bright. Lantern light? Didn't we say the lantern was out? They always light it when an acolyte is there for training. You know what they say, under the lantern, darkness reigns. Didn't we say it was... I thought it was out completely, though. Is that not right? The light of the stone lantern. Was not lit. Yeah, we just talked about that. So there was a man standing behind your attacker. Yeah. That man. He's the killer. He stabbed her from behind. He's the one who killed Elise Donham. Otherwise known as Misty Faye, your mother. The killer. Maya. Also, I just realized that, my theory in Game 2 about the Killer family coming back. Since she just said the killer, it reminded me of that. That didn't happen. Although, is Franziska ever gonna give Phoenix the thing that she took? The card? Like the final piece of evidence? She took that. Is she ever gonna give that to him? Or like bring it back? Is that gonna be a thing? I don't know. Maybe in the epilogue. To be frank, Your Honor, I think she is in shock and quite confused. That's why she hasn't noticed the huge problem with her testimony. Yeah, it does not make sense. What problem? Maya, on the night of the crime, that stone lantern was out of commission. It's true. There was no light anywhere in the garden that night. You literally just said that. You told us that yourself. Order, order in the court. Mr. Godot, explain this. We've already been over it. Add the pureness of milk to the perfect clear darkness of coffee. Stir. That is the state of the witness's mind right now. A cup of café au lait. Café au lait? Is that even legal? No, Judge. It's not. Mr. Tright's words are the milk and you are the spoon. Your Honor. I'm a spoon? I'm no spoon. Excuse me? I'm no spoony bard. What? Judge, what is the weirdest thing you've ever said? A spoony gravely roast the spoony bard. There's some weird things being said in this case. Oh, man. Ugh. It's not hard to understand why she would make a little mistake like that. Sorry, but that's not going to cut it. What did you say? If there truly was no light in the garden, then there's a fatal contradiction in the witness's last bit of testimony. Nick! May I? No, it's actually Maya. You got that wrong. Recall the witness's statement about her attacker. She said that she didn't know if it was a man or a woman, an adult or a child. And yet, the witness could describe a person that was standing behind her attacker, and she quite clearly described him as a man. Ah. In other words, that would have to mean that Maya actually saw our mystery person. Which makes me think he was wearing his fucking glow-in-the-dark-ass mask. How does that make any sense? And if it was him, why wouldn't she say that? And why would he not be concerned about her saying that? None of this makes sense to me right now. Are you saying Miss Faye saw the rail killer under pitch-black conditions? Wright, do you have any idea what you're proposing? How could she have seen in the dark? There was no other light source of the scene. There are some things that you can only see in the dark, Mr. Godot. Maya, you did see who the killer was. Excuse me. And now, you're trying to cover. Why? Yes, he saved her. Yes. But she now knows that that was her mother. I guess she's just too frazzled and all she really knows, I mean, she knows that her mother was possessed, so of course, you know, what could you do? But all she really knows, I guess, is that this person saved her. So she doesn't want to give him up. For the man that killed her mother, there's only one conclusion I can draw from this. You know who this man is. Please, Nick. I don't know anything. Please. I'm begging you. You talk a good game, Wright, but let's see if you can walk the walk. It was pitch black, so what could the witness see? I'm calling your bluff. No, Nick, don't. Please stop. Maya's dead set on protecting this guy. The man who murdered Maya's long-lost mother. But I can't let him get away with it. I'm a lawyer, an officer of the court. I'm here to find the truth. Alright, Mr. Wright, time to show us what you've got. I have to say it? I have to say it right now? This early on? There's only one possibility. It has to be. No way! Are you telling me this entire game with Godot has been building up to him being the final killer? If so, this is the first case ever where it wasn't obvious. That automatically makes this the best case. Literally every other case, the person who is like the most evil looking, the most obvious and suspicious has been the killer. Every time. But this time, I was just like, oh yeah, it's Morgan and Dahlia, obviously. I never thought Godot would just be involved and be the killer. Never. And even recently, when I started thinking that, I was still thinking, no, it can't be, it doesn't make any sense. So, like, for the first time ever, they got me. They hoodwinked me. I still don't know how it works, but it's gotta be. Holy shit. Why? Why, though? Because it was pitch black, Miss Faye was able to recognize the killer easily. This is what's going on with his character? He's a killer in the end, and he's gonna... And, dude. I'm sure the court would like to see for itself how this is possible. Is this the first case where the killer hasn't been introduced in the case? Like, every other case... I mean, other than, like, case 1-4, you know, because that was in the past. But is this the first time there's been a guy who's been around for a long time, then at the end of the game, oh, he's a killer? Huh, maybe. Because in case 4 of the first game, when it was Von Karma, wasn't he just introduced in that case? I think so, yeah. So I think that's how it's been. We just need to recreate the conditions of that night. Conditions? Your Honor, the defense officially requests that all the lights in this courtroom be turned off. Well, when we did that before, we could also see your eyes. You remember that? But that was just a joke. I guess they're not going to do that again now that it's serious. What? It can't be.